You're watching Fox 10 AZAM with Troy Hayden, Andrea Robinson, Ron Hoon, Celeste Rodriguez, and Corey McCloskey.
Nice morning. First day of fall.
Can you believe it?
We made it through another Arizona summer.
Best part of the year.
I totally agree.
My favorite season.
When you get into, especially mid to late October and like November.
Oh yeah, nothing beats it here, right?
Welcome to our 8 o'clock hour. A beautiful view over the valley for you. We have complete coverage of a devastating fire and a series of explosions this morning, really rocking a North Valley neighborhood. We have Anita Roman live at the scene. Tom Ferguson is going to tell us about a horse that was in a yard right next door that was hurt in this fire and explosion.
Okay. And we're also going to have a preview of a Valley event called a Night Flight. It raises money for a great cause.
And Corey, he's out rowing around on Tempe Town Lake on a pretty nice morning.
That's a good workout.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Right? Is he going to be like one of those little crew boats?
I think so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like they can fly. They can really move.
Okay. So all that coming up and more. But first, your fast forecast. A look at that. Today, only 84 degrees for a high. It's going to be great. We will start to move those clouds out of the region. There's still some rain falling here and there, a little bit south of the valley in the Buckeye area, as well as the northwestern portion of the state. But by tomorrow, sunshine 85, and we are going to kick the weekend off with perfect weather.
Yeah, love. Great weekend. So at 8 o'clock, let's get to news now for you. Fire crews battling a first alarm mobile home fire in Glendale. And this isn't just a fire. There's also a series of explosions. The whole neighborhood woken up by that, rattled. So the whole area is really just devastated all around this home. Anita Roman live at that scene. And the mop-up operations were underway the last time we checked in with you, and I bet they still are, Anita.
Yeah, that's where we are right now. Take a look at engine number 50 here. They've got a hose running over the entire scene here, the entire property. We also have Nick Reed here, who we spoke to earlier, alerting the crews that he sees a propane tank that might be leaking some propane. So he's being careful, a little cautious, as he mentioned earlier today, and we'll hear from him shortly. He was really shaken up by those explosions in a number of ways. So let's take a look at some video, cell phone video, shot by one of the neighbors out here this morning. He said he heard several explosions. Take a look. The entire property engulfed in flames. Most of the neighbors report that they were shooting 20 to 30 feet sky high. Heard one large explosion, several small ones after that, and they say that the fire department wasn't necessarily evacuating the neighbors, but making sure that everyone was staying at a healthy and safe distance just in case, because they weren't sure what was exploding. So take a listen to what Nick Reed had to say, that neighbor.
Me and my wife were sleeping in bed, and there was an explosion. I'm trying to hurry up and get my pants and my shoes on, and I was like, there was an explosion. Our house shook. My house completely shook. I come running out of the house, 20, 30-foot flames. Everything's on fire.
So the fire department tells us that at this point it appears the resident, the homeowner, is out of town. They share their residency between two states. Might be that the children or stepchildren were here earlier this morning. That is according to neighbors, something investigators are looking into, as well as the cause of the investigation. But the captain did tell us earlier that if someone was inside, they would not have survived the explosion or the fire. So we'll keep you posted if we learn anything more. But at this point, mopping up the hot spots, making sure nothing flares back up, and then the investigators will head back in.
Anita, thank you for that. And the horse that was next door had a cut to its leg, but is going to be okay, we understand. Firefighters busy this morning. Units responding to a house fire at 27th Avenue and McDowell. And you can see Skyfox over the scene here, smoke coming out. Investigators called to that scene. They don't know exactly what started the fire. Flames.
Light conditions really anywhere you look. So if you're headed out right now, we still have reports of this crash. Now this has been there for some time. It's on the northbound side of the 3.
reference, quote, "I did not see the visual evidence that a person is pointing a gun at police officers." But then he went on to say the video in its entirety backs up police version of the events. That may weaken the official version, though, of what led up to the death of Keith Lamont Scott. His family continues to insist he was only holding a book. By the way, the police chief did say that 44 arrests were made as a result of the violence there last night. Now, no doubt the growing violence and the growing protest in Charlotte will be something that Donald Trump will undoubtedly talk about. So you're looking live now at an event just getting underway in Pittsburgh, where the GOP candidate is set to speak. He's certainly making headlines for what he said last night. Somebody asked him a question: what will you do to lessen this violence in our communities, in our inner cities? He proposed instituting a new stop and frisk procedure nationwide where police